Hold up.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with NewsStand, and today we are going to talk a little bit about G4TV. Now, every once in a while, I will dip into some gaming stuff or stream something that is fun to play, but normally I cover comics. But this is a little bit different. Everybody's kind of talking about this, and I wanted to give my opinion. I am going to show the video, so you will see what I am talking about, but G4TV basically just returned to YouTube recently. This isn't a good look at all, even if she does make some good points. And honestly, I'm surprised this was even allowed to happen. And if you don't know what I mean, you will shortly. I promise you. Oh boy. Honestly, with this whole thing, don't send any hate. I want to make sure I preface by saying that this girl is already going through enough, along with G4 as a whole. But it wasn't something that I normally ever paid attention to. It was on TV. I didn't care. I didn't really watch it. So I know they used to have like Attack of the Show. I believe that had Olivia Munn on there where she'd like have a panty pile and stuff. That stuff would never be allowed to exist today. But she's going to take it a step further. Let me bring it up. And I'm going to pause it as we go through it. There are a couple things she really honestly does make a good point about. And there are some things that she goes above and beyond. And I definitely think I want to give my opinion here.
Sexism in gaming. In joining G4...
This is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I had no idea.
I'm listening. Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts.
Okay, I want to pause it right there. First off, you can tell by how she dresses, how she has her hair and her piercings. You can tell by the bagginess of her clothes that she is relatively insecure. And I totally understand that. There are a lot of times where I will go out in really baggy clothes because I feel the same way. Women go through that. But that is how she has chosen on this television to present herself. So when you are going on stage after the Beatles, and by the Beatles, I mean Olivia Munn, you are going to get a little bit of backlash. Is it okay? No. No, it's not. Is it okay to say dumb things like what we'll get there? Is it okay to get that backlash? Not really. I think it's silly, especially if she is just as qualified. But also, is it okay to yell at your audience? I mean, a good vent every once in a while is okay. I've vented plenty of times on this channel. And I still have people that deal with my insanity, surprisingly enough. But this is a corporate. This isn't my random YouTube channel. This is a corporation that has a team producing these shows. That's where I find it very odd that they allowed her to do this. So let's get to the rest of it.
It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
It has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment. It's not a compliment.
It's weird.
Specifically about that, okay, that does happen. I remember when I was way back still on Instagram and Twitter, I actually had somebody send me a video on Instagram. I was mortified with my picture up on the screen jerking off. That is not okay. That is something a woman will never forget. It is very awkward. And usually it is trolls. It is people being goofy or disingenuous and trying to make you uncomfortable. But it depends on the level. I have no doubt that she's received comments like that, even without proof. It is pretty typical when you're online. That's not okay. None of that is ever okay.
It's dehumanizing and it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Of course, that's not why they existed. Of course, that's not why they existed. But a qualified person going into entertainment generally is going to be hired first if they are a beautiful woman or a very handsome man. It is a visual medium that they are on right now. People enjoy beauty, and clearly by attack of the show, we know that sex sells. Like, sex does sell. So, no, women, men are not there specifically for you to only objectify. But even if you're on a diet, there's nothing wrong with looking at the menu. Just saying.
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now,
Who?
here at
I have no
Xplay,
idea
our
who
reviews
she's
are
talking
written
about.
and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review. And that's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't contribute to the reviews. We absolutely do. But it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us.
Just out of curiosity, let me know in the comments below. This is a scripted show. She's talking about how they script right now. Maybe it's me because I get lost in thought when it comes to actually having a normal conversation, or I mess up my words, stuff like that. But this does feel very scripted. Unless she's just really good at what she does, and that's why she got this job, which she could very well be. But let me know in the comments below if you feel like this is also scripted in a way. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
That's why we're Xplay and not Adam Play. We have done the experiment and controlled for the variables. Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the other half of the script for, but I'll be the one flamed. And yeah, it also happens to...
Yeah, that's not cool. Like, if she's the one getting crap for something that is written by the same person, I get it. But if you think about any speech in history, you think about anything, there are parts of speeches you may generally love. There are parts of speeches you could be critical of. So just because you are female, just because you are male, doesn't mean that is why you are getting flamed in that situation. That could just be part of it. Now, of course, this is all kind of anecdotal because she doesn't actually show specifically what she's talking about. It's a rant. Of course she doesn't. But you could just disagree with that part of the speech. Or somebody could be being a dick. It's a really hard call on that one.
Gerard and TBH, but that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does. Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that I'll receive special flame just for being a woman.
Okay. This is going to be super unpopular, but yes, both things can be true. Both things can be true. Generally, people in nerd culture don't like change. None whatsoever. That is a lot of what these kind of more outrage videos are about. Any sort of change. Yes, I do believe that she gets special flame just for being a girl. Because I've been a girl online before. I've been a girl on the internet and in real life. You're going to get it. It sucks. It honestly sucks. You have to learn to deal with it. I have thin skin. I will be the first to admit that. There are times when I have to step away because my skin is thin. There are times recently, if you notice a decrease in videos, I had to step away because I cannot take things. Negativity really affects me. If that's where the place she's coming from, I understand it. Yes, a woman online will get different type of harassment. Men, I will never be able to experience what it's like to be a man online because I've never had that personal lived experience. I don't know. Usually their experience is different. Not saying it's better or worse. I'm saying it is different.
And I wish I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make Xplay. Half of our producers and writers are women. Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current Xplay experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it. You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day, and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe...
I mean, the self-awareness right there is a little bit gone, realizing that she's doing the same thing to gatekeep. But I do understand what she's saying. I get it. But the way you're going about it is absolutely wrong. There have been times that I've done different streams where I said, you know, we need to talk about the way that females are done in comics, or feminism is done as comics, or anything like that. You can't go about it and be like, listen, this is going to happen and you have to deal with it. That's not how it works. That is not how life works. There is compromise. There are ways of moving forward. And there is a way yeah, I'm going to go there. She kind of feels like she's using being a female as a shield to deflect any sort of criticism. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think she is generally just presence alone, relatively insecure, grew up a tomboy, wanted to do something with gaming because she was one of the girls that liked gaming, and then didn't realize what an online presence can do to your mentality. Don't use being a female as a reflection for any sort of criticism, because then you kind of do a damper to all and any type of women online, right? Because then people will be like, well, they're just like this. They're just like this. No. It's kind of what it feels like, honey. I'm doing this the nicest way possible.
For 2022, we'd be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that
no
people are working hard to make free content for you. If you don't like it...
I mean, is it free really, though? Like, you watch advertisers. I get it. It is technically free because it's on YouTube. But your time is also valuable, right? Your time is absolutely valuable. It's really the best currency there is.
Don't watch it. Peace.
All right, let's unpack that a little bit here, because that's it. Basically, she said, if you don't like it, don't watch it. I did see a lot of people upset about that. Anytime I've ever made a video about the, what do we call it? Misinformation spread by outrage channels, the most common comment I get is, don't watch it. Don't watch it. So I find that inoffensive. If you don't like something, don't watch it. Buy what you like, enjoy what you like, consume what you like. If you don't like something, that's okay too. I find that pretty inoffensive. Just like I find It Wasn't Made for You inoffensive, because there are so many books out there that aren't made for me, or shows that aren't made for me. I know a lot of people for some reason take offense to that, but it's nothing personal. If you don't like what she has to say, don't buy it. Don't read it, rather. Ugh, Kelly Pseudoconic flashbacks. And the reason why I say that's inoffensive is because she's digging her own grave, right? There are a lot of people upset about how she reacted on this. And that is likely, at least for a short period of time, less than a month, I would say, that they will see a dip in viewerships. They will lose subs. But this is just like anything else. Just like anything else. It's the flavor of the week. It'll go away. If they really want to back her, which I think companies should do, if they don't want to fire her, just wage a storm. Don't bend the knee. Go out. Basically, let it go. Keep going about your daily life. Keep going about it. It'll eventually go away. Wage the storm. That's really all it is. But yes, she went about this the completely wrong way. Made some valid points. But honestly, it does feel like it came from a place of major insecurity. And the only reason I can recognize that is because I understand it. As a woman, I understand what it looks like. I'd be curious, those body language experts. And I'd be curious what they'd say, but I bet I'm right on this one. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.